The DJ Roundtable Show is live. It's the DJ Roundtable Show. Tell another DJ about the show. Please subscribe. Please subscribe.
It is Tuesday night. It is 8 o'clock. Your DJ's at. I know I'm Matt. I'm here with you. Yes, it is another DJ Roundtable. As always, we're here over on Twitch. So if you're watching us on Twitch, make sure that you are following us and you can watch the live broadcast and be part of the studio audience. Yes, you are, I guess you can call yourself a studio audience. You are live. You're out there in the vast interwebs watching, seeing, hearing, and commenting. And again, I always try to read the comments, go through stuff. A lot of people say stuff, so we'll see where everything goes. As always, we thank you for tuning in. Now, if you do watch this on the recap over on YouTube, or I call it the tubes, and you are wondering how you can help the channel out, which I'm always looking for people to help out the channel, you can do me a favor and make sure you out there hit the like button, hit subscribe, the bell icon to make sure you have all that. Plus, share with another DJ. You know, tell them, hey, this is a great show. And talk down below. I want to hear your comments, your critiques, criticism, tomfoolery, or anything else you want to say. Just down below, down there in the chat. Make sure you put it in there. And as always, every week, different DJs, as far as who's here, who's not here. And there's a lot of stuff going on. This is going to be also the last show for the year. We'll pick back up in January, and we'll go from there. But I'll probably do a couple little things here and there on YouTube, some live stuff. And you guys can always join in if you want to. Don't forget, there are plenty of other shows going on, and there's a lot of great product. First thing first, you got to talk about Audio Visual Theta over there with Joe. He just got another one out there, which is good for him. And another DJ who has, now going to have a beautiful setup. You have also, don't forget, well, he's not here tonight, but Sean with his photo booth, which I actually had the photo booth out this past Saturday. It was in the wild. And I can tell you that it was fairly fun to play with. And I look forward to doing more with it. So it is actually, again, I talk about the product. I'm using the product. So the beta booth was out in the wild with me. I'm not the only person who has one. There's a bunch of people who have it too. But I had mine out in the wild, running, taking pictures and so forth. And I can tell you that it was very much a success. And that to me is very important to both Tracy and I. We also have some people who have some shows. Don't forget on Monday, start Time to Spin. Then you have Thursday, Cue It Up with our main DJ friend here, Dwayne the Hitman Dixon. Plus he has Crazy Mad Mikey Mike that also joins him from Northeastern Pennsylvania, who always wants to tell you that he's from Northeastern Pennsylvania. We have also on the same night and Thursday nights, don't forget, you got Start to Spin. They are at the same time as Cue It Up. So make sure you go and support those shows. Watch them, talk to them, be in the chat, say stuff, see what's going on, and we go from there. As always, we thank you all for tuning in. Now, with all that fun stuff said, and again, this is the last show of the year, I want to do kind of a retrospect for you guys for your last year of gigs. And I want to ask you guys this question to start off with. If you had to redo 2025 over again, what would be the one thing you'd change at a gig? So what would be the one thing you would want to change? Is it a piece of gear? Is it how you did something? Is it how you reacted? Is it something that you're like, I wish I could go back in time and do this. It's not nothing bad or anything like that, but I want to do this better. I want to do that. Or now looking at this, if I can go back, I would have done it this way. So I'm going to actually start with Jeff over in beautiful North Carolina. We were talking a little beforehand about power outages and ice storms and stuff like that. Hopefully, it's a little warmer there, Jeff, than it is up here in the frozen Midwest. You're not still have snow on the ground like I do. Uh, well, go ahead and tell us if there's anything, any of the gigs you did this past year, looking back at for 2025, that you would change. You would have done something different. You're muted.
Okay, there we go. Not right offhand that I can think of. You know, I think most of my gigs this year went pretty well. You just try to, hit the songs that you think are going to work for that crowd at that moment. So, I don't know if I would change anything or wish I'd done anything different. Um, I've got one more gig coming up. I have a wedding on Saturday, which is going to be a very small wedding, and I'm debating whether I even want to do a gig log on it. But, I might, just to show that, not all gigs that, we do are bangers with 500 kids or whatever, maybe 300 people at a wedding. Sometimes it's just a small wedding with 40 people, and this one's going to be outdoors. So hopefully everything will go okay. It's going to be a little chilly, even in North Carolina, but you can just the best thing you can do is just prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Um, I can't think of anything that I would change right offhand, but maybe if I listen to everybody else's response, I might can come back with something.
Okay. Again, is there a song that you felt was this year a dud on the dance floor? Something that came out new that you're like, yeah, I thought it was going to
Yeah, I
make
tell
it.
you, one song that got requested several times that was a dud was Benson Boone, Mystical Magical. It just dies on the dance floor. Nobody wants to hear that song on the dance floor. It is not a banger. It's not going to get you dancing. Everybody knows it. They've heard it, but and I've kind of learned my lesson that when somebody requests that, I'm going to just in the future just say, I'm sorry, that's not on the list tonight. I didn't bring it. I'll make up an excuse, but that's about the only one I can think of.
Don't say the one didn't bring it.
Yeah.
They're gonna, with all the digital age, they're gonna be like, "Well, go download it."
Right.
Again, that's one of the things. If you do vinyl, then you can say, hey, I'm sorry, I don't have the album like you used to do back when you spun vinyl, or when Jeff did cassette tapes, or whatever you did CDs. That's the thing with physical media. You can say you don't have something, and the kind of like,
MIDI
oh
disc.
well, you
It's
don't
not on
have
my
it.
MIDI disc collection.
There
It's the
you,
same thing.
there you go.
Yeah,
Laser disc.
yeah, it's the same thing with
Oh, there you
MP3s.
go.
Yeah, it's the same thing with MP3s. It's like you don't have a song.
And to bring the
No,
eight
but
track and I'll
nowadays
play it.
they need you to download it. You could download music 20 years ago.
You want 45s. You want 45s. That's what you want. That's the way to
There
go.
you go.
45s. I'm gonna go to Chris because Chris, you kind of volunteered jumping in there.
I typed
So
in. Oh, great. So the only thing I would kind of change out of maybe one event is I was contracted to do this mini music festival for a very good friend, and I told him it's going to be tight, and unfortunately, it's when um, a friend of mine passed, and his music festival was after. It gave me very little time to prep and find someone else to help. Um, I wish I would have found an additional person to help offset the loss of his labor, because I felt like I was not at my best peak performance in setting things up, getting things done, and I had to really overextend myself, to get the job done. I mean, I still got it done, but my friend said, you kind of failed. I'm like, well, I'm sorry. I did my very best. If I had my other person there, I would have absolutely nailed this on the floor for you. But I also ended up still doing extra above and beyond of what I was asked, and I just felt bad that I can't say I let my friend down, but he definitely asked for overkill, and I still tried to deliver overkill as much as I told him you don't need certain things. And it definitely, I don't say it took an ego hit, but um, I think he saw that, he wasn't mad or anything, that you were working your butt off to try to complete things that you were not prepared to complete due to, unfortunately, the loss of my friend. And I wish I had someone else to help back up on that. Make sure you have the help that you need to get a job done. That's my only advice and what I've learned out of this 2025. You know, as tough it is. Did I bite off more than I could chew at that moment? Being things were within weeks of a loss. Yeah, it was tough. It was tough.
Yeah, and that's one of the things with when stuff happens, and again, you lost a friend who passed away, unfortunately. But it kind of gives you an idea that you need to be prepared for when someone's sick or someone got hurt or someone couldn't show up because something else happened in their lives. And again, what you had is probably one of the worst things, losing someone like that. But we still got, being prepared is an important thing. And it's kind of again, looking back and saying, hey, I wish I could have been more prepared for this. It's a big thing. Let's see here. From the chat, I'll go back and ask different questions about some past stuff, especially where I know more now. Yeah, that's one of the things. Hindsight's 2020 as always, and it's hard. Sometimes you have limited information. You're trying to figure things out, and you're trying to ask the best questions possible. And then afterwards, you're like, "Oh man, I wish I would have known this or would have known that." Sometimes it happens. Their assessment, Golden by K-pop Demon Hunters, despite frequent requests, does not consistently resonate well on the dance floor. I would say that for me, for Demon Hunters, it's kind of like Pink Pony Club. It's not so much dancing; it's the people singing along, having fun with it, and it's not a huge like you're gonna have a huge dance to it. It's more or less people enjoying and embracing the moment, and it depends on the group you have too. Not everyone it works for everyone. It's one of the things I always say when you're driving down the street and you're playing a song and it sounds great in the car, you're singing on top of your lungs. It doesn't always translate to the dance floor as a dance hit. And it's hard because it is a popular song and a lot of people want to hear it. A lot of people want it at their events, and you play it and it doesn't work well. But if you're seeing people singing along to it and they're screaming on top of their lungs, it's not a bad thing. It's one of the fun things at an event. Now, if you're at a club or something like that, depending on the club, again, it all boils down to what the event is, what's going on, what's happening. And you have to look at that whole entire package. But again, reading the crowd, figuring out, seeing what happens, what works. If it works, great. Doesn't work, okay, you know not to use it with that kind of crowd. It's like anything else, you try your best. And I want to go over to I want to go to Hunter. Hunter, I know you only had a few gigs this year, but is there anything you would go back and change for this year?
Well, there's not much I would change, but I would change how I react to certain things because I tend to overreact. I get stressed, I get anxious, I get frustrated, especially when dealing with other special needs people because some of them just give me a hard time, especially on social media when I'm trying to do a live stream on one of my social medias. And yeah, there was this one guy who was bullying me, harassing me. I guess I should have, handled it different because he was at the Night to Shine prom. I guess I should have handled this different by asking another volunteer to ask him to step away from the DJ booth, step away from the stage, and just, deal with it the best way that they that I could without getting frustrated, anxious, and just, yeah, being frustrated and
Well, besides being frustrated and stuff like that, um, the thing I would say is that, okay, dealing with a person, and it can be a mean person for anything, it's hard. Is there a song that you played this year that you felt was going to be popular and it didn't work out?
Not much. I just play a lot of the old. I play a lot of old school stuff. I play the more familiar songs like Boom Boom Pow, I Got a Feeling, Can't Stop the Feeling, Happy, just the usual. And they always do really good on the dance floor. And they really like everything that I play. I haven't had a dud so far.
Okay. And that's right there is pretty good. And again,
Because
you're saying you
usually,
play a lot older songs,
yeah,
but
because usually, it's usually with the school dances and stuff, the kids are pretty much dictating my set, so every song that they ask for is going to be a hit.
okay.
So
Okay. And
they're pretty much
okay.
dictating it.
And Chris, far
Yeah.
as you, uh, is there a song you played this year you thought was going to be popular and it turned out to be a dud?
Hmm. Not really. I guess it depends upon, again, the type of crowd you're doing, the type of event. Um, you know, songs are always going to be hit or miss. You're always going to find one song at some particular time that may not work for one party than what you're doing then. Um, so I can't say there's any particular song that stood out to every single party or event I've done. So I don't have anything off the top of my head.
There you go. And
Yeah, I can
that's
relate. Yeah,
yeah,
I
again,
can relate.
every event is different, every
Mhm.
place is different. So again, if you're doing special events like a wedding or a birthday party, and then you go to a club, it's totally different items. So again, that's one of the things that again you're always trying to play. Like the one person in the chat said, Demon Hunters, Golden from Demon Hunters, wasn't going good for them for their events. And again, it's like anything else. You have to kind of see because it doesn't work for one event, will work another event. Yeah, and it's all boils to the size of the event. Like the wedding I had on Saturday night, having 65 people versus having the weekend before 190 people. It's totally different. It is totally different. I'm going to go over to Joe in California. And Joe, what about you? Is there anything that you would say, hey, this year, if I can go back and change this or change that, is there anything you would change?
That's a good question. I probably would have taken another DJ or MC. And two reasons for that is basically you get so inundated with the music, you're concentrating, and people are coming up to you, and you don't have the opportunity to shake hands and kiss the babies, with the clients and everyone else. That interaction that you need, when you're out there emceeing and you got somebody, hey, go ahead and hit it, blah, 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 blah. you know, it's important to do that, to have that second person. You got to go, something happens, you got to go bathroom, you got to go there, you got to look. At least you have a second person that is just as qualified as yourself because you want to train them and you want to basically, because a lot of times like, you'll have people come up to you and say, hey, blah, 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 that is that. I don't like the song. Okay, well, let me take care of it. Let me tell my DJ, change it up, whatever, whatever. But it's most important that we stay calm, cool, and collected at all times. We take notes of anything that goes on because at the end of the day, your client's you're gonna ask for that feedback, and your client's gonna say, "Well, you didn't do this and you didn't do that," and you have to be like an attorney and say, "Well, the reason I didn't do this is because," and you have it documented at this time so and so wanted this done, so I had to make that improvisation adjustment. But if I can go back, I think I probably would have taken a second person with me that's just as qualified and well trained. That's it.
So with that in mind, would you say that you would like to add a process to avoid that for next time?
To be honest with you, but there's so many different cases and scenarios that can happen at any event. And although we try to be prepared as much as possible, for myself, because I use Event Planner, I have everything documented. And like tell my client, look, I'm only going to be as good as you want me to be. We're going to go ahead and go over this timeline, you know, and basically follow it. I'm going to go ahead and coordinate with your photographer, videographer, your caterers, and so on and so forth. Because sometimes we have to wear that hat as a planner, DJ, MC, all of these hats that we have to wear. And anytime you have another person, it just helps.
That's
If you know what I
why,
mean.
that's why one of the reasons why I work with my wife, because she does take that coordination time management side of things. She's the one working with the photographer, with the facility, and taking care of that realm, and it helps out tremendously because then I can concentrate on music, on sound, and other things. The other thing also, Tracy was jumping in this past weekend was with the photo booth, walking over there, talking to people
Mhm.
about it and stuff like that, having them understand how to use it and stuff. So it's great having another person because if you're by yourself, that can really create a lot of problems. And having some extra person or two is an awesome thing to have. Is there a song this year that you played you thought was going to be big and it fell flat on its face?
Uh, bup, 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 bup. Let me see. Not really, there's so many songs that kind of came and went, not like us, and it kind of hit there for a while, and then it died out. Um, that song wise, I thought some of the what is it, Calvin Harris, were going to be big, big, big hits, and they really didn't hit that big.
Okay.
That's about it, really. There's a lot of Spanish music. There's those people that love Bad Bunny and those people that hate Bad Bunny. Certain
You know,
songs that you kind of like, that song's gonna be a big hit. Turns out it isn't. It isn't. It's not a big hit.
and that's the thing with dealing with different crowds, different, and again, you have deal with different cultures. It's always hard. You never know what's going to hit, what's not going to hit. I'm going to go over
Yeah.
to Dwayne now. Dwayne, is there anything this past year you look back on and you want to change? You can go back and change it.
No, because if I go back and change it, then I wouldn't be the person that I am today. So this last year was, I guess you could say, a more of a learning process for me, as far as trying to, find my way where I should be, how to price and all that, and where I'm at now and how I price things and handle business. I wouldn't have that same mindset if I go back and would have changed stuff. Like, for example, I did this birthday party where I fell into the trap of, I'm on a budget and I need this, that, and the other. And so I cut them a deal. But when I got there, I was like, I saw money and I shortchanged myself. So that changed my whole mindset about my pricing and where I should place myself and sticking to it. And then the other thing is to make sure I double check everything when I load up my car, but also make sure I triple check, quadruple check, and have a checklist. Because going back to when I did the prom at my old school, and I was so used to bringing my column arrays, because you have your long bag and then you have your square bag. And so this time I went with my ELXs. So I had the square bags and I had a bunch of long bags, which were the poles and not thinking. And when I got to the school, I didn't have my top speakers. So good thing the storage unit wasn't too far away. I was able to go and grab those. So as far as that would be the closest thing to your question. And
Like,
then as far as having the song that I thought was going to be a banger and it ended up being a dud, I don't have any of those, but I have a few songs that I thought was going to come and go that end up being a banger that I didn't think would do anything. And of course, it's that boots on the ground thing. I can't get out. It's like a nightmare every time I go to a party that, you know, just even this birthday party this weekend, that was the first song. So everybody come, and then you would think that people wouldn't have fans. Even old ladies in a wheelchair have their fans ready to go just to snap it. So
Gotta have fun with it. And Joe, you had a little comment you want to add to it, help out, maybe help out Dwayne or anyone else out there?
Well, I hadn't mentioned that I use my notes on my phone. Basically, I make for each event, you kind of want to put what equipment you're going to need. And then as you load it in, you just check it off. Check, okay, got it. That way you don't forget. Because I don't know how many times I forgot my shoes or glasses or something, you know, you get to the gig and go, oh. Worst case scenario, you forget your most important, your library or a hard drive or whatever. But it's always good to have a checklist of the items that you load in.
See, that's the one nice thing about having a van is having the basic stuffs on board. And when I mean by basic stuff, like, you know, extension
Cable.
cords, extra IECs, you know, stands, stuff that's not, you know, temperature sensitive, stuff that I can have under, you know, extra chairs, an extra table, stuff like that. I have in my van. I leave on my van all the time. And the nice thing about that, if you need something, it's there. It's kind of like your mobile like shop. But you know, forgetting a top of a speaker, we forgot things. You know, happens in a heated moment, and checklists are always very very well received. A couple things over here. DJ Jared, our OQ events. Now he's a Central Illinois guy. Hey, welcome. What part of Central Illinois are you? You by closer to Springfield, or are you on the eastern side over there by where DJ Fire at Nathan's at over by Mattoon? And then my other guy over here, Ranston, he's over there. He's in eastern Iowa. Okay. What's going on? You're over at the border over there. Great to see that. Kevin just walked in. He said that I make a checklist on my phone. Yes, buddy. We all like a van to carry everything. Again, this is one of the things. Oh, Bloomington Normal. Okay, cool. The one nice thing with Bloomington Normal is been there a couple times, and it's a nice town. The people there are very nice and very friendly. Glad to see someone from Central Illinois there. Glad to have you out here watching. And we got one of our old time chatters. Hey family, hope that you're having a great week so far. I think we're all having a great week. Everyone having a great week? Everyone just, you know, are having a good week?
Not me.
I would say. What Matt?
I said not me, but
Matt's got to win the lottery.
A little
I don't think that would fix things.
Good to see you.
You got beautiful weather where you're at. What's the temperature by you, Matt? And Joe? What's your temperature there?
I think it was
Foggy.
around 70.
It's been foggy.
Yeah, it was foggy today.
Okay.
But we got a cold front coming in.
All right. What's your
What we
cold front?
call, you know, like 60s, 50s.
60s.
We got the mosquitoes out. Oh, I hate them.
Mosquitoes. We're okay. My friend in Iowa, Dwayne, and also Kevin, as well as Jared. The four of us Midwestern guys. I still got snow outside. Today was 31 degrees where I'm at, and I'm trying to think now. I can't see what the temperature is. It's 34. We're supposed to get up to maybe the 40s tomorrow. But I got snow on the ground. I still got probably 8 inches of snow. It's hot. It's like ice. It's all solidified. So this past weekend, when we were loading up at Saturday night, our van, it was 2 degrees, and the wind chill was negative 19.
Holy
So
cow.
yeah, we're loading at nighttime. Tracy and I were loading. Tracy was out there really fast first and loaded up all the small little bins, and then I came out with the speakers and the controller, and we got that in there. So yeah, Kevin says 33 there. Dwayne, what's your weather there?
32 right now.
32. Okay.
Yep.
Jeff, what's you?
Let me check.
I'm gonna,
Current temperature is 31.
okay, you're same as me. Cool thing. What's you, Hunter?
37 right now, but it was 55 today, almost 60, 61, and it's going to get down to 22 tonight
Okay,
in
so you're a
Conway,
little,
South
little bit
Carolina.
below freeze, not much.
Yeah.
Chris, what about you? You're upstate New York. You should be getting. Oh, he's got to come back. So, yeah, Kevin says upper 40s. Yeah, rain. That's what I see here for the Chicagoland area. And again, for us Midwesterners, it's like I kind of wanted a white Christmas. I kind of wanted the snow to stick around. So, Chris, what's your temperature about you?
My phone tells me 25 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I was dealing with yesterday. It was warm. I was like, my God, it's actually warm. I went outside, just a t-shirt. I wear shorts when I'm at home working. I have shorts on, went out, grabbed the mail. My mailbox is on my house. Stepped outside, grabbed the mail, brought it in, and yeah, t-shirt and shorts and outside in 25 degrees. So I was out there for a few minutes, no big deal. 26 degrees for you. See, you must be northern half of the country, you know. And that's the fun part is this time of year, we're trying to get everything together for friends and family, and weather is a big factor, especially with gigs, especially if you're in an area. Joe and Matt and Hunter and Jeff are all in a little warmer climates, so they're kind of blessed in that area. They don't have to deal with a feet of snow or 2 feet of snow or heavy amounts. But no, Jeff said last week he got like a half inch and they shut everything down. So you still got to watch yourself and bad rain, ice storms, all that stuff like that. We want everyone safe. Jeff, what really quickly with how long did it take for everything to get back and up and running when you get the half inch last week?
About a week and a half. It was gone by noon. No, I mean, we got a little bit of snow and it melted pretty quick. Last night it was 10 here, so you never know. It was no, I'm sorry, that was Monday morning. Yesterday morning it was 10. So it gets cold, a little cold front goes through and but yeah, nothing like Chicago, up where you are or upstate New York. So yeah. But again, when we do get snow here occasionally, we just don't have the facilities to remove it because we don't spend the money on stuff like that because we don't need to. And so sometimes we'll get 6 inches. I've been here my entire life. I remember a handful of times where we've had a foot of snow out of one good snowstorm, and they're just overwhelmed. So people from the north are always saying, "Yeah, you guys can't handle snow." Well, of course we can't because we don't get it that often. So
No, you get beautiful weather.
yeah.
Yeah, here in
Anyhow, we
yeah,
deal with it. We
yeah.
put up with it. Once we get one good snowstorm, I'm ready for spring.
Yeah, here in South Carolina, it barely snows, but last time it snowed was like January, and we got like an inch or 2 or 3 inches of snow, and it lasted a good while and then it melted, so we don't really get many snowfalls down here.
I don't think in LA area or in Orange County where Matt's at, I don't think they get snow. Maybe up in the mountains, right? And Matt was talking, and I were talking the other day, and he was talking about he would go up in the mountains, go snowboarding and skiing, and go up to wear a t-shirt because it was like the sun's out, guns
Like
out,
50 degrees.
yeah, and
Yeah.
he's
Nice.
enjoy himself. So it's like
Yeah,
that
we
that
don't get
right
it
there is
down
really
here.
really cool with that.
Yeah, I
So
know
Matt,
that
I was
because
asking everyone
Yeah.
for this year for a gig, at a gig, if there's anything you'd go back to and maybe change and do differently if you knew about it, if you could go back to that gig and like you forgot a piece of gear or hey, I next time if I'm here, I know to bring this or that because I'm gonna need this or that. Is there anything from this year that you can say, hey, I had that moment at a gig?
I'm not
Hmm.
never going to go to that venue again.
I don't think I've had any like nightmare venues this year. Trying to think if I've had any that like had noise ordinance. I mean, the one it doesn't really count, but like the one that I did in San Francisco with the butterfly garden, and that was just a logistical nightmare. But that wasn't. I don't really count that. I don't know. There's nothing that I was like, I wish I had this or I wish I had that. I guess like I did a. There's been a couple events, like maybe two, where I used my KC12s and I was like, I could have used an extra sub, um, or something a little louder, but I don't think anybody really noticed or cared. So I don't really have, no, I don't really have anything.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
been,
So this is the other question. Was
I've forgotten stuff just like everybody else.
oh
I've
yeah.
forgotten plenty of things.
So this is the other question I was asking everyone. Is there a song that you thought was going to be a big hit
Yes.
and turned out to be a dud?
Anxiety by Dochi. Every time I play it, it just kills the dance floor.
And you thought was going
No,
to be a
no,
banger, right?
no matter what remix I play of it, it just, I played it at a school dance and everybody's like, oh, like an audible groan.
That's not
That was when it
good.
was like the biggest song. Like that was when it was one of the biggest songs out there. So that one, and then yeah, probably that just that one. That's like the biggest flop for me. There's one other one.
Lady Gaga,
No, there's one song that I keep playing that always
Taylor
kills the dance.
Swift.
No, that it's I don't think it came out this year, but Cold Heart by like the one that Elton John did with the
Oh
Dua
yeah, I know
Lipa?
that one.
yeah, like
Yeah.
that every time I've played that and it just kills the dance floor. And I have a cool little transition out of it that I do into Dancing in the Moonlight by Top Loader, and that brings people back, but that song just Cold Heart, it takes too long to get to the actual like chorus part where
The
people
intro a
actually
little
know
bit.
it.
Yeah.
So that song has killed my dance floors numerous times. So I stay away from that. That's really the only one.
You know, some of the lyrics from that song actually came from an older Elton John song,
Right, right.
Sacrifice.
But
Sacrifice.
everybody only knows the
Yeah.
chorus, and it takes way too long to get to the chorus. And I don't think the song blew up as much as I thought it would blow up. And that's there's your result, dead dance
Did
floors.
you ever
So
get the remix of Together Forever with that? It was a
I
remix.
don't think so.
Yeah, I would play that. So
I guess, Joe, I guess you got to either email Matt that or drop it off by his house and they go to have lunch with him, you know?
well, the song is gone. It's long gone.
Matt was asking the other. I was talking to him the other day. And he's like, I have a need for a good hamburger, and I'm like, you can go In and Out Burger. He's like, I haven't been there for a bit, so maybe two of you guys can go to In and Out and
Let's
have
go.
a burger and take a picture and make me like wish there was one here in Chicago. Now the closest one's going to be down in Tennessee, so it'll be closer to Hunter and Jeff.
Oh
And
yeah.
Dwayne's gonna be closer to it than I will be. So maybe the three of them will get together and have a little dinner or lunch
Oh
or something
yeah.
like that. You never know. Uh,
Yeah.
Kevin says the only good thing about cold is that you get get slushy 2 liters when you're sitting out inside your car for a bit. This is very true. Adrian E's here in the house. What's up, Adrian? Don't forget next month, January is of course Sox Fest. So make sure you mark down your calendar when Sox Fest is going to hit. Um, and then for me, don't gig at a noise ordinance venue. Test my mics. The only time I forgot to, it decides not to work properly. And remember to bring everything you need because I always seem to forget something. LOL. This is yeah. Again, this is one of the reasons why I have such a big vehicle. It's not to carry all the gears, carry all the little things so I don't forget them.
Can I speaking of I have one of these next year. I just got it yesterday. Um I just want to read you something from their list of rules for DJs. So
Okay, go ahead.
loadout time is 30 minutes from the conclusion of event. This is a requirement handed down by the county. If the event ends prior to midnight, we can add an overtime charge of 600 per hour, but drop dead time you must be out is 12:30. If must turn off lights and lock gates by 12:30, no exemptions. Any equipment can be left for pickup the next day at your own risk. Uh,
I
we
don't think
have
so.
it gets better. We have a maximum of 1600 watts on a dedicated circuit for the DJ. If you feel like you may need more power than that, other arrangements can be made. Catering occasionally has a generator brought in for lighting, and it's possible to connect to it, but we must know in advance.
It's a commercial building?
Gets better. We have decibel restrictions handed down from the county. It reads, outdoor noise levels as measured at the exterior wall of the buildings dedicated to a noise-sensitive use shall not exceed any of the following standards. A, 55 decibels dBA
Holy
during
cow.
any hour
That's whispering.
during any hour from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. B, 50 decibels during any hour from 7 to 10 p.m. And C, 45 decibels during any hour from 10 to midnight. We have a
Dude,
decibel. We have a
you're
decibel
talking at
reader.
that level. You're
Yeah,
talking
we have.
at that level.
They don't.
We have-
This is when people don't understand sound.
Oh, it gets better.
Crickets
It gets
playing
better.
are about 52 decibels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a decibel reader in the reception area, which will tell you when the volume is reading or where the volume is reading and let you know if it's too high. Please respect it, as any complaints to the county are subject to a $1,000 fine and possible non-renewal of our permit. Oh, sorry. Also,
Oh,
our
you're
decibel-
fine.
come on.
Also-
Another
Also-
last show
Sorry.
of the year, and you
Also-
gotta
Me?
you gotta do that to me. Come on,
Also-
man.
Gotta say
Also, our
fudge.
decibel reader is programmed to cut power to your equipment if the noise restrictions are breached. The system can be reset after 5 minutes.
Oh, if they
After
do
5
that,
minutes.
listen, I will sue them for
Hey,
50 grand per
hey,
second.
It says don't test it. And then it says those who cannot adhere to the rules and restrictions need not book an event at our facility and will most likely be added to our list of banned vendors.
Wait a minute, you're not booked. You're a contractor from whoever
My
booked
God.
you.
This
So
place is
you don't
garbage.
have to be held to those rules.
That is set up for failure right there.
Absolutely. And
Do you
they
see my
purchased
VU meter?
they
you see my
purchased a
VU
huge
meter?
package with lasers and like CO2. The CO2 is going to go above the decibel limit by
What
itself.
you reading right
Exactly.
there, Joe?
Look at it.
70 decibels
Oh,
of talking.
boy.
We're talking at 70 decibels.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And it's I have a friend that DJ'd there and he said that they're really on it.
Matt,
He said
Matt.
they're really on it.
get on the
And if they cut
microphone.
my
Say,
power with
okay,
my
listen.
equipment turned in, I'm suing them for every piece of equipment I've got for circuit breach.
Like I can't even be on the microphone because I'm gonna talk
Yeah.
loud.
So
Get
the
on the
chat
mic
is
and
asking,
say-
are you taking the event?
I'm not
I
taking.
already booked it. Like this was booked. It was booked like last year
And who
All right,
booked you? Is it
so-
before I
Matt,
realized this.
Get on the microphone and tell everybody they cannot talk while the music is being played. Otherwise, you won't be able to hear it.
Wow.
So I
Is this-
guess you're going to be finding some nice little 8-inch speakers, like two of them.
No,
two
your little
K8s.
Bluetooth 2-inch ears. That's what he's got. That's all he's got. A little 2-inch little Bluetooth.
The one
They're
from
no bigger
Rockville.
than a shot glass.
JBL
I got one
Bluetooth.
from Rockville.
They're
It's a
done.
little one. It's like this big.
So the result of that is because I want to say bass has the most decibels. So you really have to lower your bass and just play mid highs.
Yeah, no subwoofers. No.
That's what they're trying to do. They're
Either that or just give
You
the
try,
give the
try
bride
one of
the
these,
microphone at the
sorry.
beginning of the evening and just let her talk really loud and blow
You
the
can't even use a
circuit.
blowhorn.
That's what they're doing. It's a
Yeah.
deterrent where you don't bring bass cabinets.
Yeah,
Yeah, no
I'm gonna
subwoofers.
bring
Nothing
bring my
larger than an
KC12s.
8-inch speaker.
either my
Yeah,
KC12s or my 15s.
JBL Bluetooth
Oh yeah.
consumer grade speaker.
No,
That would
what I'm
probably
what
be
I'm gonna
more than
do.
enough.
What I'm gonna do is
JBL Flip is the max you can ever bring.
what I'm gonna do is like the two KC12s, and then I'm gonna put like my Mackie Thump goes kind of around the border of the dance floor, and that way like I don't have to put everything as loud, and I could kind of keep it contained as best I can. That's the thing I'm
What
gonna
type
do.
of event are you doing?
It's a wedding,
Mm.
so
Just
I don't
put
know.
them-
Yeah,
No,
run
just
the
like
satellites.
Mind
do a
you-
silent disco.
Mind you,
There you
it's
go.
way.
Oh, there you go.
It's
There you
like
go.
Silent
Tell them
disco.
on silent
They're
disco.
Yep,
it's
silent
like
disco.
2.5 hours away from
Yeah,
my
they're
house. So
profitable.
if what I'm gonna have to do, it's gonna take us longer than 30 minutes to tear down, no matter how many people I have. So I'm
What
just
time's
gonna
the
tell
wedding
them,
end?
look, I think it actually ends at midnight.
Nope,
So
can't
there's
do
that.
that. You got at 11 o'clock.
So I'm gonna tell them like either we have to end early or no, it's 30 minutes after the end of the event. It doesn't matter when it ends. Like if it's scheduled to end at a certain time. So I don't know. I'm gonna call her and then see like if we have to, like I'm just gonna charge a client to like for a hotel room so we can go back and pick up, trussing and whatever's waterproof available, whatever's somewhat
Hopefully it's not a rainy night because man, I'll tell you, leaving gear outside, that's a big
Yeah.
no-no. And
What
I'm
time does
sorry,
your event
you don't
start?
have to leave your gear at a venue because listen, that means they're going to take liability if something is stolen. It's not
Yeah.
on you.
It says at
I'm
your own
sorry,
risk.
no, I would never leave a piece
That
of
doesn't
gear.
matter.
You'll get out of that.
What
That contract
what
is
time does your
not
event
valid.
start?
Yeah, that contract is not valid because if they're requiring you to leave your gear there and you were not given ample time to get all your gear out, you can still hold them liable regardless. No matter
What
what
time does
state
your
you're in, no matter what.
what time
And
does your
honestly,
event
I would just
start?
call the sheriff and say, I'm sorry, I have my gear in here. I need to get the crap out. They locked the door behind me. I wasn't done loading out.
So
What time does your
here's
event start?
go ahead, Joe. Go ahead, Joe.
Break down the door.
What time does your event start?
Starts at
6,
April. Let me see. No, it
5,
starts at
3.
no, actually it's 5 to 11.
5 to 11.
So
There you go.
maybe they'll give us till 12:30. I don't know. We'll see.
5 hours.
Think small, think compact, think easy to move. Don't think
And we
anything
have
big.
a photo booth. Like there's a photo booth too. Like it's not a small setup. Like this is
What I would do is the following. Whatever
all
you're not
right.
using, sparklers, you use them, put them away.
Yeah.
Photo booth, 3 or 4
That
hours,
doesn't
put it
look
away.
good. That
No,
doesn't
put it
look
away.
good.
Just if it's out in
No,
the corner
Joe, you
photo
can't.
booth,
That looks horrible. Putting your gear away in the middle of an event is highly unprofessional.
you
Okay, it'd be like me taking down lowering my speakers down. Okay, at an event, it would be like me putting away the golf clubs when it's 10 minutes for, or me putting away this glow sign that I have, and I still have 10, 15 minutes left, even though no one's taking
you don't
photos.
you don't have time to
You
tear
don't
it
want to do
down.
that. That's highly unprofessional.
No, again, depending what
And
you're
if I
taking
see a
down.
vendor
Like
breaking down before the end of my event, I'm gonna say, "Well, you started breaking down. I want money back." And honestly, that's the way I handle that one. You don't start breaking down until the event is done.
yeah.
The
Fred the
contracted time
God,
is done.
Fred the Godson's like I disagree with Chris. You break certain depends on what you're breaking down. Like we take down the request table like a half hour prior to the end of the night. So that's
Request table.
yeah, I have a request table.
Who takes a request table? What's the problem with someone coming up to right next to your DJ area? And
That's a
They write it
buddy
down.
thing.
They write it down
song?
on. They write it down on a pen. They write it down on a board. They write it down
That's a
on
buddy thing.
paper.
And
So
don't
if you
forget,
have a photo,
don't forget if you use virtual DJ, you can actually use the ask the DJ, send them like a code to a link, and they can request a song.
You can. I like the pen and paper because I keep them. I keep the piece of paper, all the paper, it's a regular sheet of
You
paper.
can get a call. What's it log from your software? Request now does it. They allow you to keep a log of what requests you get, what you
I
paid,
have
what you
hard
haven't.
paper, and again we do that for a long time, and
Oh, I
it works
understand. I
really
agree
well.
with it. I keep pen and paper. I agree
But
with
like
it.
the photo
You know?
booth, Tracy took the photo booth down at like 10 o'clock. We were over at 11 because people
Yeah, but
weren't
what
done
time
with
was
it.
your photo booth contracted for? Was that supposed to be till 10?
Buddy doesn't want cooties from others. That too, you know. I don't want drunk people coming up by
You
me
mean COVID?
spilling drinks.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be vomited on when someone has
Yeah, people with drinks and
chucks.
stuff. Yeah, I don't want near my stuff. So yeah, I try
Oh,
to
I
keep
agree
them
with
away.
that too.
so
But
running back to Matt, where's
Mhm.
your photo setup? Is it in a different room, same room?
I think it's all in the general same. They have kind of like a circular dance floor area where they do dinner and dancing. So I think
But
the only thing that's
photo
separate
booth is
is
going to be
ceremony.
up in the corner, right? Or a
Yeah,
different room?
I mean, we always take photo booth down 30 minutes before the end of the night. So that way, when end of the night hits, photo booth is done and packed up, and that way we can, take care of everything else. So
Yeah.
it's pretty popular around here for if you hire a photo booth vendor. A lot of times, I think it's silly, but a lot of times they come during cocktail hour to set up, or they come during dinner to set up. I think it looks unprofessional, but that's just
yeah,
it's pretty common over here. So, and then they leave an hour before dancing is over, and if we're doing photo booth, we have it set up just like everything else before anything starts. But 30 minutes in to 30 minutes left and dancing, like nobody cares. Like we're taking that down. Um,
Hey, Mikey
so
Mike just showed up, and
Hey, Mike, Mike.
the thing with this whole entire venue with the sound requirements and so forth, to me, just again, you need a
It's
staff
trouble.
at least four people. You need yourself, an assistant, and at least two others to be able to move everything, get everything in and out very quickly. And I would look as small as possible, compact as possible, and try not to be very elaborate. And again, I understand they have photo booth. You want a professional look. You want it to look nice. We've brought in a couple employees for an event because of the fact that we have a short time for breaking out, and we want to make sure that everything is taken down. And with four people, it's much faster than two people or three people. So
Here's the other question: how many people are supposed to be at this wedding, Matt? How big of a venue
mm,
event is this supposed to be? Is it 60 people? Is it going
let's
to be
see.
150 people? Is it going to be 300 people?
3,000.
170, big one.
170. That's a pretty good sized wedding.
Yep.
I don't think you're going to be able to use for everyone here in the back of that room, wherever you are. Not going to hear those little 12 inches in the far back way.
Yeah, I don't know what the.
Well, no, the
I don't know.
the KC-12s,
satellite.
they're arrays. They'll stretch, but
Yeah.
the thing is, it's the volume level. So
I don't know what
he's
the
going
F I'm
to do
gonna
two
do.
satellite speakers. The satellite speakers will
So,
cover the back
how
half.
long does it take someone to set up satellite speakers when
30
they
seconds.
still have their main
Yeah.
system? Probably an extra
30,
10,
40
15
seconds.
minutes.
30 seconds. Because their Mackie Thump goes, just throw a stand on there and then put my X5 in there and it's done.
Scrim? You can
No,
put
I don't.
scrim on
I
the
just use I have like microgravity stands that are like smaller base plate ones.
Mhm.
And yeah, just set those up around wherever. So I mean, that part's easy, but I I have an event like kind of near this area in a couple months, so I'm gonna do a little walkthrough when I get there to kind of see what we can even do. But it sounds terrible. Why do people book places like this?
because
It's
they don't care.
beautiful.
They have
It's
the money. I'm
beautiful.
sure it's
It's
That's
beautiful.
why.
beautiful.
That's one reason.
But
Why?
it's just
Well,
it's
So I play at like certain. Have you ever been at the Garden Room in La Mirada? Garden
oh
Room.
God, that garbage place,
1 hour to set up. Doesn't matter.
the garden room. I think that's the place where
1 hour. You got to set everything up. 1 hour
I think is that the tacky looking place?
off of
No,
Beach
yes, it
Park.
is. Yes, this tacky place. I did a wedding there. I was just doing photo booth, and no joke, the DJ was playing with CDs. He legitimately had
Ooh, old
racks and
school.
racks of CDs,
Wow.
and
that's
it like
cool.
Wow.
one of those old, and he wasn't
Relevant.
mixing, obviously. It was one of those old like,
You can
That
you
yeah.
can mix with
faithfully that.
CDs. I mix with
You can
CDs.
mix
CDs
long
mix
time
with
No, what?
CDs.
Hey, I
Before
used to mix
98.
on CDs. I used to mix on Vital. What about it?
Okay, used to, used to, used to. It's 2025.
You still
That's
can.
Oh my
in
God.
20 in
Grab my gear.
2002.
I
I
can go
was
grab the gear
mixing
right
on
now. Set up
MP3s.
in 15 minutes and
Oh,
mix on CDs. It's easy
Yeah,
and
if I
simple.
wanted to, yeah. If I
hold
wanted
on.
to, I can go back to CDs. I
Can I
got
throw
tons of CDs.
can I throw a picture in the chat? Here, let's see if
Sure.
I don't
look
think
at
anyone
this.
they won't see it because the way it
Here's
is.
take a look at I mean, the fact that they're
I see it.
what is that? Comic
Yep,
Sans or
that's
is
it.
that Gouty Stout? What
Yep, that's
Garden
it.
room.
The garden room.
look at that font. Look at that font.
Yeah, that's old school, like
1 hour
bubble,
to
like
set up.
Garfield. It's Garfield font.
Oh my God. I remember that place. Yeah,
1
I was there
hour,
years ago.
and they give you 40
1
minutes
hour
to
is
sit
kind of
down.
standard, but I mean, unless you're doing a big light show, you know,
1
you'd
hour.
have to get maybe a little longer,
It's not like they have anything else to do there.
Well, if
And
you're
they can leave the
doing,
doors unlocked for you and you just show you where the locking key is to latch it closed and you can close it behind you. Done.
they don't
How many
care.
times I've done that with venues and they love me for it.
Mike
You know?
Mike is
Let me throw
asking
this
the
Security
out
loves
there
me.
for
Mike is asking.
non-DJ people that are at the wedding and at the venue. Um, they don't care that
Nope.
we can't play it loud enough. But and also look at it from the perspective of the couple. It's a beautiful place. They're getting married. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
we tend to bring it into our perspective because we're DJs, and it has to be, everything suiting us, and you got to look at it from the perspective of the couple,
Yeah.
Well,
and I
that
know
those
we
requirements aren't for
want
the
them to
couple.
have the
Those
best
requirements,
experience they
Jeff.
can get, but think about, in a way, DJing is just another vendor for the event. Even though we do a lot,
But those
they're
rules,
just another
Jeff,
vendor.
those rules, Jeff, that Matt's come up with, those are rules for the uh, banquet hall only, for the venue,
Yeah.
not for the client. And
Mhm.
that's a little presumptuous of them to say, how do you not know they don't want a slamming party with a DJ in such a beautiful venue?
Yeah. Well,
We're
then it
hired. They
goes
hired
back
Matt
to the
because he
couple.
is. Yeah,
It goes back to the couple. I mean, the couple, if they're
exactly.
aware of it, and then they
We're
know what they're
paid
getting,
to please the couple.
there's nothing
You
you can
know.
do. There's nothing you can
You
do
know,
as a DJ. So
I want you to look at this beautiful venue that I'll be DJing on March 28th.
Well, you said that usually venues like that have had problems before with the sound
That's
ordinance,
cute.
and that's why
I love
they
the
have
front.
problems.
Sorry you guys can't see it, but that looks very nice. Log cabin on the sides in a way, and I love it.
It's
Front
more of a
barn
it's more
door.
it's a barn, yeah.
Yeah,
It's actually way out in the country.
nice little patio. It looks really nice. I love the
Yeah.
pergola, patio there. Doesn't look to be huge,
Yeah.
but it's got a nice little sitting,
Yeah.
standing area. I see the little rocking
Yeah.
chair there. That looks kind of sweet.
Yeah, and on the inside there's a stage for me to set up with a whole bunch of outlets for me to set up
Mm-hmm.
my more compact setup, and it'll be awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah. It's way out in the country in a small town here in South Carolina.
Well, as you can see, this is a new picture. Obviously, this is just from Friday night.
Mhm.
My first UV Glow mini golf. I was way
Wow.
north in Albany, Troy.
Mhm.
So, got the UV skirt here. I've got the ball now. I added the LEDs on the inside ring of that
Mhm.
photo backdrop. That's 7.5 feet tall.
Wow.
So did you find another vendor for your stuff? I know it was one of the problems you had before, that you're looking for a different vendor than the authorized vendor from
Oh,
the company.
Yeah, I mean, we're wearing our shirts. I got that from a local guy. He did the embroidery. I mean, the shirts do look beautiful. I mean, I have mine here. Actually, I can show you what we got. See if there you go.
There you go.
The embroidery looks, that's 4 inches by 4 inches. And
Oh,
the
he has
company-
Christopher. He has his full name up there. It doesn't have.
I got my
Yeah.
full name on there.
Chris.
Well, that's because the
Yeah.
founder's name is
You're
Chris.
legal
So
now.
I mean, I can't. I want to use my full name.
There we go.
These shirts are nice.
We know you as Chris, not we know it's Christopher. It's Chris is short for Christopher.
Christopher
Mike
Cross.
Doing the
said,
mini golf, it's Christopher. So
yeah. So Mike said that he couldn't imagine what James King would say about that venue. Yes, I think he would probably roast them really heavily on his Wednesday night show. He would definitely roast them very heavily. Yeah, that would be interesting.
I'd be with him.
I'd love to hear his comment for that one. As always, we love you guys, and we love what you guys say, and love reading. Again, King James, have to see. It's like anything else. Always ask and see what happens. With that said, wow, we were an hour through already, and this is a great time. Again, this is a kind of recap of this year with everyone, and I hope that again, 2026 is just as good as 2025 for you guys, if not better. And the thing you got to think about, especially like poor Matt's venue he's got to deal with. We all deal with crazy stuff, and we all deal with unique things coming up. And I want to tell you guys this. I know we all, and this is every DJ out there, we all bid for events. We ask couples and customers, and we give them pricing, and they don't go with us. They go with some other DJ service. Don't let that get you down. Fight every day. Treat every customer with respect. If there's something you can't do technically or you don't want to do, don't do it. Explain to the customer why, if you can't do it technically, or if you don't want to do it, say, I'm sorry, I don't service that venue.
Oh my.
But also I want you out there all to have a happy and safe holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and also Happy New Year to everyone. And anything you guys do out there, make sure you do your best. And we'll see you guys all in January. It's always fun when I look back at the year, and this is always the fun last show of the year, and we get to spend it all here. So make sure that you enjoy yourselves. Make sure that you hug your friends and family. If you're having some adult beverages, like Matt is having some right now.
Oh, it's root beer.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
root beer.
Yeah, it's root beer.
It's
Not your
very
father's
adult.
root beer.
Yeah, not
Never
your
mind.
father's
Okay.
root beer. Yes.
That's actually really good.
That was
I like
actually
that.
It
brewed
is good.
In Wakanda. I would go past their facility because it's founded here. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
think they
PBR.
probably a different brewery out there, but not your
Pabst.
father's root beer was in Wakanda, Illinois.
This
I'd
one's
go
in
past it all the time.
brewed in
A lot of
LaCrosse,
sugar, though.
Wisconsin. Where's
Then
where's
he must
Bretley?
he must have moved because I don't see the brewery anymore on 12.
Pabst
I'd go
Pabst
past
Brewing
all the time.
Company.
So again, Merry
Blue
Christmas,
ribbon.
Happy New Year to everyone. Be safe. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you watch for next year. Again, we'll be back probably mid-January. You guys will see it pop up. Other than that, you guys be safe. Have fun. I'm not going to take us out tonight because that's it. You guys all have a good night.
You take us out, buddy.
I just did. Good night, all.
Peace.